Hi there, welcome to Unity Insights, a dedicated channel for beginners focused on teaching Unity. For our new viewers, myself Somnath Chowdhury and I am a professional Unity developer. In today's video, we'll explore some base functions from unityengine library and we'll see how to get a reference of a component at runtime. Or in simple terms, we'll try to understand how to use getComponent, AddComponent functions in your script. These scripting concepts can be used for all type of components. Whenever you have a game object with some components, you can access them using getComponent. And then you can fetch the public variable values, or if you want, you can manipulate the values at runtime. Similarly, you can also add a new component in your game object at runtime. So in today's session, we'll understand how to use getComponent, getComponent in children, getComponent in parent, AddComponent. Also, we'll see how to add a listener to a button at runtime. So let's jump into the Unity editor and see all of this practically. In Unity, every game object will have at least one component. Okay? For example, if I see this main camera game object, it has the transform component, camera component and audio listener. Similarly, for directional light, it has transform and the light component. So if you create an empty game object, even this empty game object will have a component called transform. To get the reference of these components, we use getComponent function. Now what is reference? Reference is the memory location of an object. Okay. So let's try to understand practically. Let's delete this game object and we'll try to create a UI text. Okay. So under UI, we'll select the text mesh pro text. Okay. So now this text, we need to take the reference of this text. So we have a script called UI manager. So we'll use that on it. So for any text mesh pro related stuff, you need to import the directive called TMpro. And now we can have a private text mesh pro UGUI, which is my text. So as of now it is private, so we cannot assign, drag and drop in our editor. Okay. So what we'll do, in our start method, we'll take the reference, we'll fetch the reference. Okay. So this text will copy, we'll paste it here, and then we'll write getComponent and then same text mesh pro UGUI. Now we have the reference of this text mesh pro. This text mesh pro, we have the reference here. Now we can play around with the value. So text.text, we are changing the text, and we can say this is awesome. Okay, so this is our we want to change. Save it. Let's come back to Unity. Let the script compile. So as of now, we are using directly getComponent. That means I have to attach this script UI manager in my text component itself, text game object itself. Okay, so that it will find all the components in this game object and it will fetch this text mesh. Let's drag and drop the UI manager here. Okay, and let's disable the wrapping here. So now as of now I can see the value is new text. Okay, that text value. So let's see if I play it, the value should update based on my whatever I have written. So now you can see this is awesome. Okay, so this is how you can use the getComponent to get the reference. So now if you have a if you are touching your script in a different place, let's say if I am creating a new game object called scripts, and then I'll reset the position, and now I want to drag and drop here, right, instead of this. So in this case, we need to get a reference of, let's remove this component first. In this case, we need to get a reference of this game object. Okay. So what we can do, we can give a public game object and then we call text game object or whatever. Okay, so now in our editor Unity, Okay, let it compile. So in our editor, now there is a place for game object. I can drag and drop it here. Now what I'm saying my script, for this game object, find the component this text message pro. Okay, so that means from this script, what it will do, it will find this game object, and from this game object it will find this text, and then it will give a reference to this text message pro UGUI. Let's see how it works. Now here I have given the reference. Let's play once again and see, again it's changing. So this is how, if you have a script in some other game object, you can give it reference to the game object here, and then you can access all the different components. If you want to change the ref transform properties or text properties, or if you have any other component, you can access them. Now we'll understand get component in children. Okay, so let me first delete this, and we'll try to create a panel first. Here we are creating a panel, and inside this panel I have probably one text inside again, and we have another text and another text. So we have total 3 text. Let me pull it down, little down, and we'll give a name for text 1. For the second one I'll write text 2, and the third one I'll write text 3. Okay, so now we'll see how to use this get component in children. Okay, so if you want to use it directly, so let's remove this first. We'll use the script directly in that game object. So here we'll write get component in children, right? And then it will find the children, first children, wherever it gets the text. So let's go back to Unity first, and in this script I'll disable this game object, and here in this panel I'll add the same UI manager. Okay, we don't need any reference as of now. We are not using it. We are checking for direct reference. So what it will do, it will check for children wherever it gets the first children which has this text message pro text, that it will print. Okay, so in this text message pro, and then we are changing it to awesome. Let's see if it works in that way, and then see another things. Correct. So now you can see my first text it found inside this children, it found, and it changed the text here, right? So what happens if I disable the first one, right? Then it will change for the text 2. So that means inside this children, wherever this game object finds this text message pro, and it will write, it will open. Okay, so another thing, so let's create one more game object called image. Okay, we'll keep it at the top, and we'll pull it little up, and we'll enable this. That means our first child is an image, second child is a text, third child is a text, and fourth child is a text. So that means my script should ignore the image, and wherever it finds the first text, it should return me. Okay, it should update the text for that text field. Let's say correct. So this is how it works. So for this text, the first child, it changed the text. So there is one more parameter it goes inside. If you make it true, right, and if you disable also, so we have made it true first. Okay, and in our Unity editor we'll disable the game object, so it will change for this. So this true, what it search, it check for the disable game object also, and it will update. So wherever it finds the text message pro, even if it is disable, it will update the text. Though we cannot see here, but we can see in here. Let's see once again. If we play, right, so now you can see here I'm not seeing anything, but if I see my text message pro, here my text update. Okay. So this is how get component in children works. Now if you have a script at the now somewhere else, some other game object, for example our script is attached to this game object, let's enable this, and for this panel we'll disable this, or we can remove that game object. So what we'll do, for this game object we'll copy it here, put it dot, and then same thing. Okay, so this from this game object, okay, we'll give a direct reference here again. For this panel, we'll pull it down, right? From this panel, it will search for all the children, and wherever it gets the any text message pro, it will return. Okay, we'll disable this true also. So that means in this case, what should happen? If I made it nothing, so that means this text should update. So let's play it once again and see if the get component works correctly. Yes, it's correctly updating. So this is awesome. It is my second text. Now we'll explore our next concept, which is get component in parent, right? So in that way, let us first arrange the game objects. So what we'll do, this is my game object. We'll put it under this text and this one under this, right? And image under this. So now we have a panel. First child is text. Inside text, the first child is text 1. Inside text 1, the first child is again text 2. And then inside that image is there. Okay. Let's change it here. First we'll check for the direct reference in this case, and we'll change it to parent, right? So from this, so now what we'll do in our Unity, we'll attach this script in our image component. Okay, so let's attach it here. Let's see here, it is disabled. That's good. So now what it will do, it will check within this component first whether this component has any text. If it is not, it will check for in the parent, right? Let's see how it works. And in this case, what should happen, this text 2, okay, so this text 3, whatever is there, it should update. So let's play and see how it works. Great, so it's updating here in this case, okay, wherever my text 3 was there. So that means from this game object, it will check for the parent and then it updated the text. Okay. Next, we will understand how to add a listener to a button, right, at the runtime. So let's delete all of this first, and in our script also, okay, that's fine, or we can remove that as well, so that we can start from scratch again. So under this panel, what I will do, I'll create a UI button text message pro, okay, and then I'll add a text also, so that we want whenever we click the button, we should be able to update the text. Okay, let's disable it, and this is my button, this is my text. So what we can do, we can have either a direct reference of this button. Okay, so what we can do, we need to use the directive using unityengine.ui. Okay, and then what we'll do here, we'll take a direct reference of a button. Okay, we'll change it to button, and then what it will do, whenever I'm clicking the button, and we would be able to update this text, whatever text we are assigning. So for that, we can get our direct reference again. So in our start method, what we'll do is button, let's remove all of this, we'll paste it here, dot on click dot add listener, and then within parentheses you need to pass the method name. Okay. So what would be the method name? We can give a private method name. So private void, let's say update text is our method name. Okay. And then this one, we'll just copy the update text and paste it here without parentheses. In this case, what we'll do, we'll take the text, okay, and then we'll update the text, and we can write whatever text we want. Let's say updated text something. So now what we will do, in our editor, we'll give a direct reference to the button, we'll give a direct reference to the text, and then whenever we are clicking the button, okay, then this text should update. So let's again drag and drop the script here in this case, and we'll drag and drop the button, and we'll drag and drop the text. So in this button, we are not adding any on-click event, right? So through script, we are just adding this event instead of directly adding. So let's see whenever we play this. Okay, as of now, the text value is new text, right? So whenever we click this text, now you can see it's the text updated. So whatever text we wanted, we updated this. So this is how you can have your button functions dynamically. Okay, so runtime, if you have like multiple buttons which you are instantiating runtime, you can add the listener at runtime. Next, we'll understand that our next concept, which is add component. Okay, so that you can add a component to a game object at runtime. So in this case, we'll not take the public button, okay, because we'll directly assign it here. Let the text be there. What we'll do in our script, okay, what we'll do, we'll add component, add or maybe transform, transform dot game object dot add component, and then we'll add the button component in that same game object, right? Wherever this script is attached in the same game object, we will be adding the button component, and we'll store the button. So we can make a public again button, not public, in this case private, so that we can store the reference of this button. And let's say we'll use the same button name here, okay, and this button will pass it here. So that means from wherever my transform, my game object is there, wherever I'm attaching this script, in that same game object we are attaching a button component and then storing this reference in our button this variable, I meant to say, okay, this button variable. And then in that button variable, we are adding that listener. Okay. So as of now, it is in private mode. So you don't have to do anything separately, but we have to attach the script in that. So let's remove this, and we have to attach the script in this button. Okay. Let's remove the button component here, and we'll drag and drop the UI manager. Okay. Why it is showing? Because it's not saved, I think. Yeah, it's not saved. So that's why you can see the button property here. It should be hidden. Okay. Now we'll just drag and drop the text here. Okay. So what will happen whenever I hit the play button, it will add a button component first, okay, and then it will get the button, add the button component, and it will store the reference in this button variable. And then this button variable, whatever we have, we are adding the listener. Let's see what happens. So as of now, we don't have any button component here. If I hit play button, what happens? Immediately it will create a button component here, right? And then whenever I click this button, then my text updated, right? So that means runtime we are assigning the listener. Thank you for watching this video till the end. Hopefully you got some insights about how to use GetComponent, AddComponent, and how to add a listener to your button at runtime. Now, based on your requirement, you can utilize this scripting concept in your game or application. For any doubt or question, please comment down below or send me your query via email, which is displaying on the screen. Feel free to book a one-on-one discovery call if you need any kind of guidance or mentorship. The link is displaying on the screen as well as mentioned in the description. Also, I'd recommend to join the Unity Insights WhatsApp channel and share your queries there. See you in the next video. Till then, keep learning.